Meet Chud. He's what you call a race baiter. Basically what he does is he films himself on stream walking up to people saying racist things. But see, one day he took things a little too far, ended up being a black man outside of a courthouse and is now facing 50 years in prison. Now I know what you're thinking. Zevi, what happened? Well, we finna get to that. First things first, why was he outside of a courthouse in the first place? Well, you see, before the incident we're talking about where by the way, the guy is still alive. Before that incident, he was arrested for walking out on a $400 bill. Now, this part's important because it's going to basically explain who Chud the Builder is. Okay, so he's sitting there at a restaurant. He's filming himself. He's streaming himself. The manager walks up and says, hey, we don't allow filming in here. Chud starts wilding out. He starts losing it. He starts saying racist things out of nowhere to some dude just standing there. Dude catches it straight. He goes, damn. The manager says, oh no, now you really got to go. Like, you really tripping. Chud starts turning up some more. He entitled. He losing it. He said, man, I want to film. I want to say racist things and I want to eat. That's what I want to do. So let me do it. He's saying this as he's walking out. The manager said, oh, you forgot to pay your bill, Chud. Chud said, pay my bill? You kicking me out, so I'm not paying nothing. The manager said, all right, let me just call the police. They're going to meet you outside real quick. Chud said, well, this is America, so I'm leaving. Chud leaves. The police say, put your hands behind your back. Chud said, huh? They said, yeah, you walked out on your bill, right? He said, yeah, but they technically kicked me out. I got everything on camera. They said, did you eat the food? He said, but yeah. They said, okay, but put your hands behind your back. And the worst part about all this for Chud is he actually does film everything thinking he's in the right. Meanwhile, whole time he's just making himself guilty. Now, him filming everything is going to be relevant later. But during this whole restaurant thing, the manager was actually mad polite. He's like, yo, man, we just don't allow filming. Chud was the one wilding out. So for Judge Cease, it's probably going to be the easiest case of that judge's life. In fact, like I said earlier, Chud already went to court for this. The judge probably looked at the facts of the case. He said, wow, this is the easiest case of my life. Now, technically, Chud was just charged for this. He's going to have to go in and out of court, but he's probably going to be found guilty for this pretty easily. Now, Chud walking out of the courthouse. Somebody, according to Chud, is laughing at him. So Chud, now this is according to Chud, all right, that's very important, walks over to the people laughing at him and he says, y'all like my new suit? And he walks away. All right. He then says the people he walked away from start following him. The guy then says, hey, look, man, I'm a veteran and I have PTSD, and starts attacking Chud. Chud has no choice but to defend himself. So he pulls out his and starts letting them things go. He hits himself too. Police rush to the scene. They say, yo, what happened? Chud tells them everything that I just told you. And he's filming everything that he's saying too. That's important because you see,